This one is from Naval Air Station Guam in 1951. And one of the things that you had asked me about is oyster dressing.
Yes.
And oyster dressing is just basically stuffing with oysters in it.
It really followed the standard of the other menus, but also the addition of hot mince pie and spicy fruit cake. Because the other ones just had mince pie or mince meat pie, but this is hot mince pie. Then
Our next one is actually really neat. This one is from the USS Essex, 1951, and this is while it was off the coast of Korea doing flight operations. This one's actually off the coast during a war setting, so it's kind of interesting. It's also visually one of my favorites. If you look at the cover, it has a jet shooting a turkey rather than a chef chasing a turkey or a pilgrim carrying off a turkey. So this one, the pilot is actually going after the turkey. And that's a Banshee, by the way. That's the name of the plane is a Banshee. What I found really interesting, too, was they decided to not only put items on the menu, but tell you where they were from.
Yeah.
So you scroll down to ham. Of course, you got Virginia baked ham. The oyster dressings from Maryland. Of course, your potatoes are from Idaho. But one thing I found that was really, really interesting was fruitcake. Now, when you think of fruitcake, what state do you think of?
Thinking New England area.
Well, here it says Texas.
Yeah.
Well, I looked into this. I wanted to know why fruitcake was so popular in Texas, and what I found out is there's a number of famous bakeries in Texas that claim to cook more fruitcakes than anybody else. And we're not talking mass-produced assembly line fruitcakes. We're talking homemade, pressed, with all the good stuff, and people go crazy for them.
The inclusion of the locations is very interesting because it technically captures the state in that moment in time. Like Delaware, the glazed sweet potatoes. Apparently, Delaware was known for its high-quality sweet potatoes at one time. I mean, it used to be a cash crop of the state. And then the red delicious apples. And the state of Washington. Apparently, since the 1820s with the early settlers, they found that the rich soil of Washington was conducive to apple orchards.
If you buy an apple in a grocery store today, it'll probably say Washington. Washington apples. The one thing I did think was pretty neat about this one is it had hot poppy seed twist, and it says Nippon on it. Well, Nippon was the old word. It's old for Japan. So they had a little international twist to their Thanksgiving dinner. They had the hot poppy seed twist from Japan, and then Essex coffee. So your coffee is just shipboard coffee. So.
And then the last thing I really liked about that this menu, it has an endorsement written out at the bottom. We really had all of this. It was good.